not. You said it. Good. Absolutely not. There is no way.
There's not enough hours in the day.
100%. Thank you for being so honest. I was like, I hope she doesn't like want to not hurt my
No,
feelings.
I know at this point I'm not hurting your feelings.
You're not hurting my feelings at all. Thank you for joining. You are in the vault with the Kate Broddick team, and I am Kate Broddick, and I am sitting next to my partner in crime, my work wife, my better half, Stephanie Haefling, who is my executive assistant and probably the one person I get the most questions asked about in terms of her role. And Stephanie is not happy to be here today because I have coerced her. But we are here. We are stepping out of our comfort zone. A little bit about Stephanie is she really is the brains in behind the deals, and she will tell you herself that she loves being behind the transactions.
Definitely.
But she is here today to inspire those people who are working with top-level producing agents. And the key to that, if anyone is wondering how do people sell so many homes, the answer is they don't do it by themselves. So Stephanie's here. I am super pumped, and we normally have chats on the phone while I am driving, but we are going to have chats in these chairs with these microphones. So why don't you tell everyone how we started working together? Because this is a great story.
So I actually started watching Kate's Boys. I had finished my degree in social work and decided that wasn't for me and thought I was going to teach. And I was just looking for something to do with kids in the meantime. And that's where I met Kate and how this all became. And we're almost 7 years later.
Yeah.
And
which is
here
crazy.
we are.
We just said that this morning. Actually, Steph was at, so Steph basically has like an open door policy at the house. Steph also lived with me when Reese was born.
Yeah, I met you a month before Reese was born.
So I was super pregnant and super hormonal.
Yes.
And Steph once told me that she was super scared of me. But I was also a very different person when I was pregnant. Jamie. And so Steph actually lived in the house. She had an in-law suite at my home. And so she's seen all spectrums, all sides, colorful sides of Kate. And
we definitely know each other very well at this point.
Yes, we do. And that was the thing is when Steph ran my personal life. I had 3 small children, and Steph was and is still amazing with my kids. And it progressed into more than that, though, because I'll let you tell the story of how you actually got into real estate. Because she wasn't in real estate. She was actually thinking of going to teacher's college.
Yes. We were actually away on vacation.
So I took Steph on vacation.
Yes, I went on vacation with our family, and it just came up the one night that I was thinking of maybe going into real estate and thought,
why not?
Yeah.
Why not? And the thing is, though, is that so Steph comes from a background of family members who are teachers and have been in education for a long time. Your mom, your
both
2
sisters.
That's right. And so it would have been a really great career choice for her. But I felt like there was something else. And selfishly, something else for me, because I saw how well she ran the back end of my life, that when you are in real estate and you're a high performer, you need someone who compliments you really well, but also cares enough as much as you do about the transactions, the business, the clients. And so I asked her on a whim. We had gone out together just that night, and we were sitting in a table with music playing behind us. And I said, why not just come join me in real estate?
Yeah.
And she thankfully said yes. So
it honestly didn't take much convincing.
Oh, that's nice to hear. I'm happy. I didn't have to twist her arm too much.
Yeah, and then I started in the office before getting my license.
That's right.
So really learned the ropes that way. I mean, had already heard a lot from being in the back of your house with you always working. But then, the office really helped me learn a lot more.
And was it what you thought it was going to be?
No.
Okay.
Not at
Why?
all. I don't really know what I thought it was going to be, but it's so much more.
Yeah.
You do so much more that you do not see in the back end.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so much more to it that you don't realize.
That's right.
And there's a lot of hours that you don't realize are put in,
which
I'm happy with, but it's just a lot of that back end stuff that you don't think of. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're not like posting on social media while you're in your like bear slippers, like juggling transactions and answering calls and doing emails and follow up. And I wasn't sure exactly how this position would be panned out, but Steph is so open. The one thing I love about Steph, and for anyone who is listening that either has an assistant that they work with very closely, or someone that is thinking of it, your assistant is more than just an assistant. It's not a hierarchy. Steph and I have a very balanced relationship in terms of we really give and take with one another. And even though our schedules really reflect the needs that I have with wanting to be with my boys when they're home, we do bounce off of each other where it's like, you know what, I can tell that this has been a lot on you. I'm going to take over this weekend. Or, you know what, you've been working really late. You should go home early. And there's no set hours. But I think we balance our hours out really well.
Absolutely. And there's definitely busier times of the year where we
Yeah.
are working those long days, but
Our
it settles
summers.
its, yeah. And then our summers and Christmas
Yeah.
time, it slows
Yeah.
down. So
Yeah.
it's nice to have that balance.
Yeah. And what would you say then, having been in it now for 4 years?
Yeah, 4 years licensed. And
4 years licensed, 7 years married. What would you say is, if you were to tell somebody else who is looking to get into a position that you're in, what would you tell them the best part of your job is? And what would you tell them the worst part of your job is? And I'm not going to hold this against you.
I know you won't.
No.
I would say the best part is just how much you learn. If
Yeah.
you are looking to get a real estate, this is, in my opinion, the best way to do it. I mean, I've worked on more transactions in my 4 years being licensed than most people do in their
career.
entire career.
Yeah.
So you really learn a lot. And I'd say, I don't even know. I didn't think of this. What the worst thing
That's okay.
is.
Probably the long hours.
Probably the long hours, and you don't always have your own schedule. We do a good job of trying to make it work for both of our lives, but you are set on what your clients want, and a lot are evenings and weekends.
100%.
So sometimes it's just finding that flexibility or moving some things around to make it work.
Yeah, but you do a great job with that too. And the thing is if any of the clients who are watching, Steph is a joy to be around. My clients absolutely love her. And we do the good cop, bad cop really well. So Steph is always that person that comes in, is very charming, very sweet. She's that yes person. Yeah. And we've had this development of setting boundaries.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's like, because Steph will just jump up and say yes to everybody because her personality is to make sure that everyone is taken care of, which you still can.
But it's finding that balance.
It is finding that balance.
Sometimes you can't say yes to everything and do everything.
100%. And so, and I get this question a lot, and I've spoken with a lot of top agents, most of them who have actually been on this podcast, when they ask me, like, what does Steph do? Can you give me her task list or what her job description is? And I kind of chuckle to myself because I say, well, Steph does what I do. Mm-hmm. Like, we definitely have our strengths, and I think we both acknowledge what our strengths are. We definitely have, I don't call them weaknesses because I think we both do things well. It's what we don't love doing more than what our weaknesses are. But what would you tell if someone was like, I really want to get into real estate? I do believe and agree with you that the best way is to get under someone who's a high performer because you learn things really fast. Mm-hmm. What would you say the top 5 things in your job that you're responsible for? What would you tell that to someone who's thinking about getting in or someone who's already in it?
So sorry, the 5
Top
jobs
5.
I do. So probably paperwork is a big one.
Yep.
Both offers, listing paperwork, amendments, deals, everything. I really have perfected my paperwork, I would say.
Yeah, you're better than me too. She's very
we all have our
detail-oriented.
strengths now. Yeah, there's other
She
things.
catches everything. Actually, she just caught something on an agreement that when I was driving here that they didn't have stuff in there.
And then I say I do a lot of face-to-face with clients of showings.
Yeah.
That's definitely a big thing. And then going off of that is also the final walkthroughs, which I love because it's that time the clients have already bought their home. They're excited. They're getting ready to move, measuring furniture and everything.
I think there's one big secret sauce that is my favorite. I'm like, get those in my inbox.
Oh, sending sales. Yes. So we always send updated sales. So I always run those and send them to Kate.
Yeah.
Just to keep clients always top of mind and letting them know what's sold in their area. And I'd say lastly, probably in my position is also just helping with the office of odds and ends and making sure that it's flowing well. We have a great group in the office and just making sure everybody knows what's going on.
Yeah, Steph is almost like she's almost like the assistant to me, but also like the office manager. What I find is really great about Steph is even if it makes her feel uncomfortable, you're not afraid to tackle hard conversations right off the front. But we're going to touch on the updated sales because this is one of my favorite things. And I know people don't do this. And I know that my clients often think it's automated. We have a client rotation of every single client we've ever sold a house to. Going back, this March would be, Jack will be 12, so 13 years.
Yep.
And what we do is we make sure that every single one of our clients who owns a house, who's bought a house, who's thinking of selling, so maybe we've had a listing meeting with them, Steph goes through on I would say quarterly basis, but it's actually less than that because we hit it so hard that our rotation goes by quicker. She organizes what homes have sold in that area, and we send a curated email that is written. It is not an automated email. We personally send these out and we dig for the information between the two of us ourselves.
Yep.
And she is responsible for every day going through our list of people that we already have set tasks for. And she sends me the sales, and then I curate it into an email to let clients know what the appreciation or equity they have in their home.
Yeah, it's a good idea just for clients. I mean, you always stay top of mind as the agent, and then clients always want to know what is their home worth at the current in the
it's
current
very
market.
Personal, right? And I find when it's personal and it has to do with them, it's giving them information that they can utilize to refinance. Maybe they want to make the move. Maybe they want to pull money out for their kids' education.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you have equity in your home, you basically have cash sitting there.
Absolutely.
And Steph is she's a wizard at this. Like I open my inbox and I'm like, oh my goodness, there's so many of these in here. And I love them because I love touch points with my clients. And so that's a really big thing that Steph is in charge of on top of like the paperwork. And I will say the paperwork for your licensed assistant, it has to be like perfect. And Steph's set of eyes for me is like, I know that if I'm running it through Steph, that if there was any errors made, that she's going to catch them. Is that like your least favorite part of the job?
I honestly don't mind doing paperwork. I feel like I'm very task oriented. So I feel like I have like accomplished something when I'm like, okay, this paperwork's done and I can add it to the calendar and it's something like checked off the list. So I actually don't mind doing paperwork.
You don't mind it at all,
And that's why I feel like I like the behind the scenes things. Like I love being with clients too, but like stuff like this is not me. I'd rather
Who do you think's more extroverted, me or you?
See, that's tough because I feel like neither of us really are. I feel like you are definitely more, but I feel like
really? I would have said you
do
are.
you? Okay, I'm like, I feel like we're both very homebodies.
Yeah,
but
we are.
Can, when we need to be,
we can put it on.
Yeah,
we can put it on.
I think I am.
Yeah. Okay. Who do you think likes doing social media less?
Oh, me, absolutely.
Really?
Or we both don't like it. You're just better at doing it. Maybe. Yeah, I think actually it's just you're better at doing it than I am. That you're more consistent. I have to do this. Whereas I'm like, don't enjoy it and I'm not consistent.
Yeah, the flying F's for me are out the window. I just don't care anymore. I'm like, whatever, we got to put it out there. And so then when you started this role then, like, did you expect to be working this closely with me?
No.
Really?
At the very beginning, I didn't know. I thought I'd be more in the office. And honestly, at the beginning, I didn't know as much as I would be doing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like over the years and time that we've slowly added more.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it was more, I actually started in the client care role that I was answering the phones,
I
booking the
forgot
showing.
About that.
Yeah.
See, it feels like it's been a decade.
So when I very first started, I mean, I wasn't licensed. I was in the office doing more of the client care. So I was touching base more with them and not working as closely to you. I mean, I was still in your home at the time.
Yeah.
So
we were
I was
still
close
roommates.
with you, but
but now it's it's like we know everything that's going on with each client.
Yes.
And one of the things that I actually love that I don't remember how long ago we started implementing this. It could have been a year ago, could have been 6 months ago. Time flies by when you're having fun. We do group chats.
Yes.
So we do group chats with all of our clients. So our clients know each of us intimately and all of us are in the same page. So if there's a question that needs or a home that needs to be seen or a conversation that needs to be had, both Steph and I are there and we really have each other's back. One of the things I love that Steph does is she's got her phone on her and she's got, for heaven's sake, she has my location. So she knows where I am at all times. That's also for a safety thing.
Yes.
I don't want to be kidnapped.
Yeah, you have mine back.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we just want to know where each other are. Is the thing that I love most about it is Steph is so prompt about making sure that our clients know that hour delay in response is not because we're ignoring them. It's like, so for perfect example, one of our clients was asked a question, pointed at me. Yep. Within seconds, Steph was like, Kate's just in a meeting right now, but as soon as she's out, I know that she'll give you a call. And I think when you're hiring a licensed assistant, you both have to be in rhythm together.
Yeah.
And I think we have a really good sync.
Absolutely.
A really good, like, okay, I'm going to handle this. You're going to handle this. Or I've already taken care of this. I've got this set up for you for this. Or you've got to walk through. I've got this. We were trying to plan home inspections this morning.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, what do we have going on? And it's really great, I think, if you're a team leader or you're a top performing agent, if you have a licensed assistant, one, you have to pay them as if they're making the money, and you have to be okay with giving them some of your commissions because they're worth it. Two, you have to be considerate of their time, but also you have to be willing to do that back for them, because they're not your mule, your workhorse. Three, they have to respect the business as much as you do, and I think that's what elevates you ahead of anybody else. Is even though there is splits there that are involved, you treat that client as if it was like your sole person, like your only person. And I think that that's one of the distinguishing factors for me when I look back over the almost 13 years being in business, is that I know that you care just as much as I do. And we've even had clients who prefer you.
Some prefer you as well. There's, depending on the personality.
I love it. I don't care. I'm not offended by that at all. It's almost like, I mean, you're not my child, but it's like if it's like when someone praises the people you love, it's like that's a good thing. Yeah. They love you, and we joke about it. We chuckle.
We do, yeah,
and we love it.
Yeah,
so,
neither of us get offended. Like
no, the offense is way out the window. So now moving forward, coming into 2026, you have seen because you've been licensed for 4 years. Yes. Next year will be your 5th. You've come into a time where the market literally took off and exploded.
Yes.
So Steph's first year was the pandemic.
Yes.
2020. Then she came into the 2 highest selling years in Canadian real estate history.
Yeah.
Then you were in it with the downfall.
Yes.
So as seeing that from a very bird's eye view, because you're looking over top of everything that I'm doing, what would you say to someone new coming into this market? Like, you've seen the ebbs and flows, you've seen the peak take off, and then you've seen the peak drop, right? Like bottom out. So, I mean, we had to pivot.
Absolutely. I think the biggest thing is consistency. Whether you are crazy busy right now or it's a slower time, you have to keep in contact with your current clients, new clients, just staying on everybody. I think that's the biggest thing, no matter the market. Even when it's busy, you still have to, because if you don't, later down the road, you won't be in contact with people and they might
100%.
think of somebody else. So I think consistency is the biggest thing.
I agree. And what would you even say about like the touch points? Like, that falls in line with consistency, but keeping in contact with your clients who've even bought 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 10 years ago. Like, you have to maintain those relationships.
Absolutely. And that's why we do different things during the year. Like, we do our updated sales, but then we'll also send things to clients, do porch drop-offs. We have our events coming up.
We do that. Steph does that. She does great.
Yeah, we have, like, in December, we have our jump and jingle for all past clients to come out. So I think it's just making sure you stay in contact with everybody, no matter when they're from.
Yeah. And pivoting and really staying on top of those tasks. Because I mean, I remember in 21 and the first half of 22, we were so busy transacting that if I didn't have a person in the back end doing the things that were required to make sure that we weren't lagging on that, I would have gone 2 years without doing any of those things.
And that's keeping your CRM and your calendar just so updated to ensure nobody falls through those cracks.
So what would you say is one of the most important roles, and for that assistant, that they need to be willing to do for, say, an agent that's busy during busy times?
I think all of the background stuff, as we've talked about, is staying on top of all clients, whether they're somebody you're working with right now or a past client or somebody that's just maybe taking a little break that they were looking to buy, just staying on top of them and ensuring everybody always feels like they're on the top of your mind and that you're able to connect with them, because
100%.
you don't always have time for that.
No, and we don't. And that's why it's also probably a couple years ago, I added stuff to all of my social media. One of the things I did for the Kate Broddick team accounts is the team leader or the top performing agent has to really drop the ego. And that means that you have to include them in part of your sales. If you want your clients to feel comfortable with another person coming into this transaction. And we've had clients where I hadn't even met them.
Yeah.
The house that we just sold on Berkeley.
Yes.
We literally, I never met them. Talked to them, but never met them. It was stuff that was all face to face, and they had such an amazing experience.
And that's, I feel like over time and the longer I've been with you, we're seeing more of that.
More of that, absolutely.
Because, yeah, just the more experience I have, that I'm more comfortable taking that front of line position. And
I trust your judgment.
Have our things we do best, but yes.
Yeah, and that's the thing with the, a top performing agent is, we see people, and I don't agree or disagree with it. I truly have no opinion on it. But where I'm coming from is if people are going to call and hire me and we are showing them houses, one of us is always available. But if the times that only worked for them was where Steph was available, I need them to feel so secure in my decision to have her working beside me that they feel just as comfortable with you as they would with me.
Yeah.
That has to be the thing. So I think one of the big things that I have come to realization over the last 4 years is this is a team effort. It's, at the end of the day, clients need to feel comfortable. They need to trust both of us. They need to trust in the process, and they have to trust that if I'm giving Steph a lead on something, that they're getting the same service and the same knowledge that they would be with me. And I think we do a really good job at that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if you have anything to say about it, but I think we've had great experiences.
No, I think we've done great. I think over time with anything, there's always those learning curves, but I think we're in a really good pattern, and we have been for a while.
Yeah.
And we just really know each other and how we work and what the other person's thinking.
Yeah.
So it works really well.
And if they don't, they hear about it from one of us.
Yeah. So we've just gotten in a really good groove. I would say that it does work so well.
I think so too, but that's where the commitment on both parties happen. And, I've had many conversations with really great agents who do a lot of business, and they're going through this cycle of like constantly hiring that assistant. And I don't know for sure because I'm not in their business setting, but when I hear the conversations, the same problems keep coming up. Well, they don't want to work the hours, or they don't want to, do evenings, or they don't want to, work on the weekends, or they just want to sit in the office 8 to 5. And my response to that is, well, if they're licensed, then they don't want to be an agent.
Yeah.
Just because you're not the front runner, you're still working those odd hours. You still have to be on call. But then I guess, why don't they want to do that? Was the expectation not set like that? Like we had very honest conversations.
Absolutely.
Like this is not going to be like a 30 to 40 hour work week, and it's not going to be 8 to 5. Like there's going to be evenings and weekends and busy periods, busy seasons that are going to feel like a lot longer and are a lot longer.
Yeah.
But I think the number one thing is are they being compensated for it as well?
Yes, I was going to say that that's one of the things is compensation when you're working those 60, 80-hour work weeks sometimes, those evening weekends.
You need to get paid.
You have to get paid. You can't just work or be paid as if you're working an 8 to 5
Monday to Friday
desk job. Like there has to be, especially as somebody is with somebody over time, I would say, to be able to stay in that position, you have to be fairly compensated, which
100%.
I feel like I am very compensated.
And also give you room to make your own deals.
Yes.
Right?
And that's one thing that I think you let me do that I don't see often out there is that you do let me do my own deals on top 100%. Of with you.
With the same compensation plan as the rest of the agents.
Yes.
And that's the thing is it's like, where do you draw the line? People are like, well, it's under my name, and it's like, but they're working with me and I don't want them to leave.
Yes.
So I take away from them so then they feel like they have to be with me. That to me is not fair.
No, I feel like that's actually making them want to leave more.
Yes.
Because I have that flexibility of the options.
You get clients, you should be selling to them. You get a listing, it's you should be selling it. You get a buyer, you should be buying with them. But then also incentives. And that's one of the biggest questions, and people get very uncomfortable with money. But Steph and I have a base salary that she makes no matter what. And then she also gets a percentage of my sales because she's involved in them. And then she also gets a percentage of all new buyers because she's working with them and she's driving and she's, showing houses. And then I give her perks throughout the month on gas cards and other things that will help compensate her when, we have those buyers that we show them 30, 40 houses.
Or 100.
Or you know what? We have had some of those
There
too.
have been some.
Or 100. And you know what the funny thing is when we've only had a handful, I would say, where it was like probably close. Steph gets more determined to buy a house. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't like tear the Band-Aid off.
I've spent that much time. Let's go.
I'm doing it. I come heck or high water. I am buying them a house. And she's so devoted to it. But it's like, if you want the best of the best, you got to pay for it. And I think that's where agents get lazy about it. And I've had a lot of people who have like asked, what are you paying? And they're just like, kind of like slumped down. It's like, but do you know what you're getting out of that? Because of you, I get time with my boys. I get every other week, I'm off on the evening shift. So I get time with my family. I get weekends off. We split time where it's like, that is worth its weight in gold to me. So we get balance. You have an opportunity to make more income. You have an opportunity to have more clients. You have an opportunity to also have evenings and weekends off. And when we have events or we have life changes or things happen, we're like, we got you. Like, go. And Steph, by the way, she's the most she gets this feeling of like guilt. She's like, I feel so guilty. I have like all this stuff. And I'm like, you don't feel guilty because guess what? I'm going to have something. And it's a give and take. There has to be I would say, if I had to say one thing about what our role is, we have to have respect for each other's personal lives, respect for each other's time. And like Steph had her gallbladder removed. I hope you don't mind me saying that, but I'm just like, guess what, guys? Steph had her gallbladder removed. And the one thing she said when she called me, she's like, I'm so sorry. I have to take this time off. She's like, I know. I'm like, Steph, like, I'm sorry, but maybe you should go have that surgery. Like,
literally, you were like, take what you need. Like,
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we got this.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But then she's like, she's like, I feel so bad. Like, I have to have this time off. I'm like, why? Like, go do you. You got to do this. And once again, like, I've had times where I'm going down to the U.S. to see Adam. And I'm like, I just need to get away for a weekend. So I was like, don't worry, I'm here. Or like Thanksgiving. I had my kids the weekend before for our Thanksgiving. So I got to have that Thanksgiving off. I'm like, you go and do your Thanksgiving.
And I was completely away for Thanksgiving. Got time with my family. So
exactly.
Good
And what I also love is, guess what? Like, Steph's off this weekend. So let me just message in a different group. So Steph's not getting the ping, 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 ping while she's off.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of respect there.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes it work so well is that we appreciate each other. We respect each other. I should say it more than what I do, but you do an amazing job. And I think I try and tell you as much as I can without being gushy. I'm not one of those, but
neither of us are.
We're like there with a broom, patting each other on the back. But it's a really good collaboration.
Absolutely.
And so moving into this role, what do you want to see like your role change? Like, what do you think the role of a licensed assistant should be? You have it, but like for those who are listening, like, what do you think it should be?
I think what we've talked about a lot of, I think working with somebody, you need that trust and respect that goes both ways.
Yeah.
And I think I love showing people homes. Yeah. Like, I think as a licensed assistant, at least the way we work, I take a lot on more of the buys. You take on more of the list. We both do both. Yeah. But I'd say I do more heavier on the buys. You do more heavier on the list, which I really enjoy. And I think that's a great spot for anybody looking to get into this is you really perfect those skills in the office, the admin side, the paperwork and everything. Yeah. But it's really just meeting people and getting in front of people.
Yeah. And building their trust.
That exactly.
And I think that's actually a really hard thing to do for a licensed assistant because it's like they feel like they have me.
Yes.
And then you're coming in. It's like, well, I have to be confident.
Yeah.
And I have to win their trust. And they have to be comfortable with me. And they do.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? I mean, they do. I think we've got a really good jive here going on. So what are your predictions for 2026? What do you think is going to happen?
I think we will start to see a slow uptick. I think we've already started to see the end of this year. October has blown up for us. I don't think we're going to see crazy jumps in prices.
No.
But I think people are getting more comfortable that this is what we are going to see with maybe interest rates going a little down or staying the same. That we're just seeing those slow changes. So I think people are getting more comfortable and we'll start to see a little bit of an uptick I agree. In sales happening.
It's the confidence, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, Steph, she prepares our monthly meetings and she is our market minutes update queen. So she's the one that does all the stats on Brantford, Brant County, Norfolk, Kitchener, Cambridge, Waterloo. So she basically educates our agents on a monthly basis on what exactly is happening in the market versus last year versus last 2 years, what the forecasts are. So it's also a really great quality for your licensed assistant to be able to like brief you.
Yes, and know the market.
And
That's
know the
something,
market.
as a licensed assistant, you have to know the market and know the area you're in.
Yeah, I think my predictions for 2026, so long as we don't have any economic or global national relations further thrown into what we're already currently experiencing, I think we're going to start to see steady Eddie. You would have been in my life and running my personal life in 2019.
Yes.
But 2019, and then because 2020 you got licensed, 2019 was what I would have called my favorite year in real estate.
Okay.
It was steady wins the race. Everything was like jiving. It was like due diligence clauses were in there. People felt confident. Rates were obviously lower, but prices were not quite what they were. Well, not even near what they were in the pandemic. People felt confident. The market was moving well. I think that's what we're going to see.
And I think that's what we want to see, that it protects both buyers and sellers in markets like that.
Yeah.
And
what do you think for buyers? Like you deal with a lot of buyers. Like what do you feel like their general consensus is right now when you're, I mean, we've had great buyers lately. But
I think right now is a great time to buy. I think you have those options out there, especially if you don't have a house to sell. I think it's an amazing market to buy that you have the options.
Yeah. Inventory.
Yeah. There's lots more inventory out there, so you can pick what you really want.
Are you feeling their sentiment is like uplifting a bit?
Yeah, I think buyers, especially I love the first time home buyers. I'm a little biased in that field.
Yeah.
I mean, I love everybody.
Yeah.
But I love first time home buyers and
Yeah.
everybody. I feel like they're just really excited to get out there seeing homes.
That's how I feel.
Yes.
Like this last, I'd say 2 months. I'm going to give it to us in
Yes.
September. I've really felt our clients are like excited.
Yes, which is great.
And like aggressive again.
Yeah, they want to get out there. They want to purchase.
Yeah.
They want to see homes, which we love.
And we love that because that trickles down into our sellers.
Yes.
Because then our properties actually start to move.
Absolutely. I think honestly, this is probably the busiest month we've had with showings.
Yeah.
Which
I
is
agree.
great that people are getting back out there.
And then I'm going to put you on the spot here because I like to do that with Steph.
No.
It makes it for awkward fun. Do you think I could do this job without you all by myself?
No, absolutely not.
There we go. I'm so glad you said it. Good. Absolutely not. There is no way.
There's not enough hours in the day.
100%. Thank you for being so honest. I was like, I hope she doesn't like want to not hurt my feelings.
I know at this point I'm not hurting your feelings.
You're not hurting my feelings at all. Okay, good. And why?
There's just not enough hours in the day, especially you want balance in life. You have 3 beautiful boys that you want to spend time with. I mean, they're getting so old so quick.
I know. Steph was over yesterday while I was unpacking their lunch. Was that
this morning. This morning.
Jack was like helping me with the lunch, and she's like, "Oh my god, he's getting so big." I'm like, "He's like bigger than me."
He's catching me almost.
I know.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm glad you said that. I cannot do this by myself.
No.
Any agent watching this, if you are selling, I would say 50 plus homes a year. That's a lot of homes. There is no way that you are doing the job that we are doing.
No, and on top of me, we have the support staff in the
100
office
yes!
who are all amazing and do so much for us as well.
We have Jen, who's doing analytics. We have Carolyn, Director of Communications. Vic, who does customer concierge, and then all of them jump in and fill in the gaps when we're super busy with deals. Yep. And then there's Steph, who's literally my right-hand woman. I don't know how anyone even tries to do it on their own when you're hitting 50 plus transactions.
No, and like we've talked about that flexibility that you would have no time off, whereas now 100%. We try every other weekend and every other week for evenings. So we get that we can have a life as well as work hard.
And me and Steph's ultimate goal is to like not work as much in the summer.
Absolutely.
Our ultimate goal is to like literally enjoy summers. And it does slow down. And please, like, we still want to sell your house in the summer or buy your house in the summer.
Not call us.
Not call us. But our ultimate goal is to like have extended time off in those beautiful Canadian summers.
Yes.
How do you do that? How do you do that without like 2 people working together to qualify this? So this isn't to make her feel guilty, but when she was off, and anytime she's off, you might as well just realize I'm selling 10 houses because my life explodes.
Every time.
Every single time. It's like Murphy's Law. Steph's gone. Everybody and their mom wants to talk to me. But the thing that I have noticed is, and I gain even more respect and appreciation for Steph, is I am working 17-hour days. When Steph is not with me, there is not a question. What she takes care of, emails, phone calls, even just like clients throwing information at you where you need to retrieve the information to bring back to them. My text messages by 5 o'clock, I haven't even touched them because I have a rule of thumb. If I can't answer you, I don't open it because then I'll forget. There's no question. It is unbelievable that when I don't have her, what I see physically, get to see, tangibly be able to see what is in front of me that I was not able to get to in that day, mind blowing. So I don't know. I'm glad you answered it because there's no way I wouldn't want to do it, but I also couldn't do it physically.
Yeah. And that's why we make a great team.
That's why we make a great team. So thank you
yes.
for overcoming her podcast fears. I think you are now not the only person on the team who has not done a podcast.
Yes.
So we have overcome your fear of podcasts. Steph also did her first video intro for her listing in Cambridge. And it's good because I think that people need to see that behind the scenes. You need to have good relations. You need to have good collaboration. And you need to have someone who's truly invested in your business. Steph is on Instagram. She may not seem like she is. She's on my Instagram more, and she makes me look very engaging. But if you want to find Steph on social media, if you are a licensed admin, if you are a licensed assistant, if you're thinking about getting into the business and you want to actually chat with her, Steph is a really great resource. If you're thinking you want to bring your business to new heights, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be a solo agent. It could be that you're paired up with a top producing agent and you will learn way more. Absolutely. Where do they follow? Where do they find you? Do you know your Instagram handle?
I think it's agent.steph.
Is it? Or is it underscore?
Underscore agent Steph.
Yes. It's under. It's okay. She does. You know what? She's got so many strengths it doesn't even matter. @_ agent Steph on Instagram. Yes. I really do think if you're in your courses, if you've been licensed for a little bit and you really want to accelerate your business, I think you need to talk to Steph. Just don't take her up too much of her time between 8 and 5 because I really need her.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. I was already with her this morning and she was getting her makeup done with me, so it was all great. But thank you for joining. This is going to be November's podcast. Tuned in on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and YouTube. Thanks for joining, and we will see you next time.